What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well, staying blessed. It's your boy Markus B. As always, I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Evan Simmons and new guy Chris. This is episode 110 of Holla Me with yours truly. And today, me and the boys sit down and talk about some Marvel stuff. Hawkeye. By the time this comes out, we'll probably have all seen it's No Way Home, right? Yeah, No Way Home, the new Spider-Man movie. So we get into that a little bit. We talk about the greatness of Steph Curry and how the fact that he just won the record for all-time three-point shooter. And that led us down a path of an existential crisis. And what are we doing in this life? Got real sad, folks. Have fun. If you like what we're doing out here, make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Help us out as much as you can, whatever you can, however you can. We greatly appreciate it. If you need any supplements, vitamins, nutrients, workout apparel, anything like that, make sure you go to Redcon1 under tier operator before checkout. Put in promo code T20 Markus B. You'll get 20% off your order, as well as helping out the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace.
Feels so.
It's not a good concept.
It feels so unsanitary.
It is. Anyways.
It's gonna start right there. No one will know what we mean, but that's okay. How's it hanging?
It's good, man. Yeah. I'm in this weird limbo where my schedule is really light since we're in finals week.
You're just low in the ground, or
feel good about that?
You're the one who said limbo, expecting me not to mention it.
I like that one.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the schedules are whack. There's not really time for me to go
anywhere.
And the weekend was jam packed full of concerts.
Yes.
It was exhausting.
Yes.
Made it through though. Thankfully. That Sunday was so long, dude.
Because y'all had 4 concerts, right? With one last night,
So, rundown from the past 5 days. Friday was the Jazz Extravaganza.
Yeah.
Where it was 4 middle school bands.
3.
Lamar 2 times. No, excuse me. Lamar, Bonham,
yeah,
and y'all. Yeah, my bad. 3 middle school bands. And then 3 high school sets.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had freshman region audition Saturday.
I forgot about those, yeah. Those happened on Saturday, too.
Your boy got to be the monitor for the color room.
Yeah.
Ah, that was painful.
Watch those bassoons struggle.
Watch those oboes struggle.
Yes. Got freshman oboes, trying to still play the oboe, but it's harder now.
It's so difficult.
Mm.
And then Sunday, I had my 3 church services.
Mm.
Then we had the 3 high school bands perform their concert. And then I had a rehearsal. And then I played for a, Christmas church gig.
Yeah.
After that. And then Monday was the orchestra concert. And then Tuesday was the choir concert.
Yep.
God damn.
Tired.
And I was spent. I was chilling because we did a rehearsal with the choir, obviously, after school. And, the concert didn't start till 7:30. I was in my office at 5. I was like, dude, what am I doing here?
This is after last week of having parade on Monday, helping us set up for Wednesday.
Oh my god!
Because I was done by Sunday.
December just comes so hard and fast, for no reason. Out the gate, coming from Thanksgiving break.
Yeah,
it's just cool. You have a good break. Yeah. All right. Here's the next 3 weeks that are going to be god awful.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It feels very like a random hand comes to slap you out of nowhere, just all right, you all rested up, good.
Hit you with that Falcon punch.
Before you know it, it's time to. But hey, now we're all done.
But now we're on the backside, so we're like, we're on the final schedule, and it's just a hot mess.
See, I don't get why they. I get the final schedule thing, but there needs to be like a district final schedule.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like
That would make too much sense, bucko.
What's so hard about agreeing?
That would require our middle schools to talk to each other.
Just agree. I don't know.
Everyone wants to be famous.
We do it the right way here.
Yeah.
Why can't everyone do it the right way then? And see, the thing is, they're sitting there with their. That's my big thing about admin is they're like, regardless of where you're at, there's a certain amount of like looking at spreadsheets that you just get this weird haze. I feel like, or you're just like the numbers add up, so it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Like, no, it doesn't. You just have a bunch of numbers on a page that look like it 24 hours, like or 8 hours.
Just makes me angry, but almost done. Took the weekend off from all my gigs, so.
This weekend?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, into the mic. We've done 110 episodes. What are we doing, bro?
What do you need to do this weekend?
I don't know. I'm trying
to see the new Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, of course. Like that's a given. Okay. Like I'm trying to all right, there's 2 hours. Like what? I've got a full because Friday's a half day. We're doing our studio recital after school, but then even then, maybe I'm going till 3-4 o'clock, and then I have all that time until.
You watch Spider-Man Far From Home, because that leads into No Way Home. And you spend an hour fanboying it afterwards.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's 6 hours right there.
That'd be a good binge. I need to binge that.
That'd be worth it. Yeah.
The whole series. I
haven't seen the first one in a while. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about going to Austin.
Yeah, I'm going to Austin on Saturday. Going to the ballet.
Nutcracker?
Yeah, Nutcracker.
But yeah, I think there's enough people that
They won't touch the wire. Just leave me alone. Let me record a podcast.
There was a decent time, I think, when we were in high school, or just out of high school, where spoilers were people were actively trying to give spoilers. No, do you not recall this?
No.
I
I remember people being. I'm trying to remember when it was like. I feel like Game of Thrones made it a big thing. Whenever Game of Thrones came out, people were like, "Don't spoil it for me."
That's what I'm saying. Before that, people would
kind of loose.
Yeah, real loose with what they're doing. Because I remember distinctly my boy Colton Bean, shout out, and Jackson. They would kind of go back and forth with talking mess about spoilers.
Just saying things out
loud.
Yeah,
out of context, and you're just like, what are you? Shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna be out there spoiling it. I think you get a 2-week grace period.
I mean, of course, all the movie review pages and stuff are like, are you on?
Yeah.
Okay. All the movie review pages and stuff were already given I got their videos and their reviews and all that stuff out. Because it comes as soon as they get a screener, they're like, let's put it online. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta stay away.
Because the problem is too, I saw a TikTok already of there's a dude on TikTok who covers a bunch of Marvel stuff, and he was the TikTok dude for the premiere, and he said it was probably one of the best Spider-Man.
Wait, no, shh! I don't want to hear any opinions on it.
You don't hear any opinions?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed.
But he just said it's everything we wanted from Spider-Man.
I figured,
the character-wise.
I'm glad to know it's actually good and not.
And then something that is kind of a spoiler, but not really.
Don't say it, bro. I don't need. You got it ruined for you. Don't ruin it for me. I'll punch you in the.
Yeah, I want to be surprised.
It wasn't really a spoiler.
I want to be surprised.
Don't care.
Or
only thing I want to hear about is it's good. All right.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying though. I kind of wish they would have kept it like they did Endgame, where they didn't show us anything.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think if they would have showed us just Doc Ock being on the bridge, just him saying hello, Peter.
And that's
Like
it.
just after that was enough hype.
That was enough.
Everybody was in.
That was
Oh
hype.
yeah, everyone.
Absolutely.
I think keeping all everybody else hidden,
Because the
and
new
just not
trail-
showing anything.
the new trailers had like the Green Goblin
Yeah.
stuff in it, right?
And
yeah,
they've
like,
released so much footage. Like they released the opening scene. They've released
Yeah.
different like dialogue and fight scenes. I'm like, bro, just wait for the movie. Like, I don't want to see all this yet.
yeah.
They
That
did do Endgame really well for that reason.
well, I don't know if Endgame was just like the hype of it, but I've never been to a more like collective, like group experience of watching
Oh,
a
yeah.
movie. It was like because no one knew what was gonna happen,
Yeah.
and like it was I remember still remember the out loud gasp from everyone when it said 5 years later. Like everyone in the theater was just like, I was like, this is so cool as far as
Yeah.
like creating a moment goes.
And I hate everybody who says like, "Oh, I hated that when I saw Endgame." Everybody's screaming. I was like, "That was what made that movie."
That was
Yeah.
like,
ass. What do you shut up?
yeah.
Shit, hating ass.
Like whenever,
Like whenever he freaking caught the hammer, the whole theater like lit
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
no, the what got me was the
Like go for the experience and then watch it again later if you want to hear what they said.
when people were screaming whenever whenever he heard on your left. And everyone like lost their. You saw that first portal open, and people lost their minds. I
I
was like,
cried a little bit. Like a single tear.
yeah, it was like it was
too.
kind of an emotional. When he finally said a symbol, everyone just like
Yeah, that part too.
That's what I love about
10 years for a single line, like that's crazy.
exactly. That's what I love about the Marvel like universe is that they took their time with. I mean, granted, they've had their moments of just throwing crap in the frame just to, like they had the Infinity Gauntlet in the first Thor movie just as like a maybe, like, but they took their time with it and they were gonna spoil it in the first go, man, I'm excited.
That-
Patience.
And because like Endgame, like because we were talking about spoilers, I think because Endgame, like all the trailers and everything released was like everything they released was like the first 5 minutes of the film,
Yeah.
and so I think because of that, everybody was like, "Don't spoil anything,"
Yeah,
because there wasn't anything already out. So like nobody knows anything other than the people that have seen it.
Yeah.
With this,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah, yeah.
knows who the villains are.
Right.
Everybody knows this
But
villains
I
are
feel like there's
returning.
the
There's something with the multiverse happening.
well, that's the storyline. God, we just immediately went to nerd. God bless. The storyline is vague enough to where the fact that they gave us more information actually made it more confusing.
yeah, because now it's like
Fair.
like who are the why is Jamie Foxx yellow? Like why
Yeah,
why
it's
is
like-
I've seen theories of like maybe it's like the longer they're in this universe, like the more they become a part of it
oh
in a way. And I've also seen another theory because there's like that lizard scene of like him diving and him getting kicked.
yeah
I saw another theory that because there's another part in the trailer where Doc Ock is blasted by Electro, that what if he teams up with Spider-Man to try and like return to his universe,
oh
and it's not actually the other Spider-Mans. However, I don't know how well that would play out for all the hardcore.
yeah if they don't do that, it's gonna be
They have to.
I've been saying
It's
since
gonna
that
be
movie was released, I
madness.
don't think they should, but
They
I think it'd be cool, but
no.
I think it takes
need to
away
see-
from Tom
I need to see
Holland's.
my boy Toby. Give me Toby back.
God.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
the theater.
Neither here nor there.
I can't even picture the theater right now, like because people are in there right now
Yeah.
watching it, and they're just losing their minds as soon as they see
Losing
Toby on
their
screen. They're just
shit.
oh.
Come for it.
But yeah, so I need to get tickets to go see that this weekend.
Correct.
Y'all caught up on Hawkeye since we're talking about Marvel.
Yeah,
I think so.
did you watch 4?
The fight on the roof.
It's that.
That's
No, yes.
yeah. You're there. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, caught up.
Okay.
Really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about it too much yet.
No, because y'all hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
No. Yeah, I binged it all last weekend or this weekend.
yeah. It's a really easy show to to watch. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
You're just like-
It's not dense like the other ones have been.
It's very wholesome. Very just like
Pretty straightforward.
Hawkeye being Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Just him trying to clear the Ronin so nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Like
It took me a while. I was like, why? I forgot about that part
Yeah.
of him in.
It is literally one scene in
Yeah.
Endgame, yeah.
And until it did the cutaway scene of him with the knife
Yeah.
pulling it back in, and I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's a very wholesome. I don't think it'll.
There's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's a short series.
So there's only, because 5 came out today, so there's only one more.
Yeah, I don't think it'll have big like universal like.
I'm still waiting. We're pretty sure Kingpin is being introduced in it.
Oh yeah, he might.
That makes sense.
He's probably the bigger boss of the.
Tracksuit.
Tracksuit. Red
Yeah.
tracksuit.
Yeah. Tracksuit Mafia. Love that name.
Kind of corny, but I like it.
Yeah, it's honest.
Oh, it's definitely corny. In the comics, their thing is that they say bro in every sentence.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Even, and if you look at that, there's nods to it. Their company is
Yeah.
the Moving Bros or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
It's like 2 bros in a van or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I like it, man. And I'm waiting for the old costume Easter egg.
Oh yeah, because it's on the title or like what's it called? The thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like the show.
I don't like that you didn't know thumbnail.
I just lost the word.
The
the thing I make.
Yeah.
What's that thing I make?
That's exactly what I thought in my head when I lost the word.
thing I wake every week. That damn thing. With yeah. By the way, I keep forgetting to ask you to send me the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Podbean, god damn it.
Yeah, I keep running into another thing. I don't, because whenever it gets posted, I'm like at school, like.
Yeah, it's because I do it during lunch.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, that's when I'm free.
Yeah, because if you post it during lunch, I'm nowhere near my laptop. I can't.
You could. I told you, release it the morning. Anyways,
I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna get released.
When I ask him, is it drop tomorrow?
But then I'm asleep.
You are not asleep at 8 p.m.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
I text people respectfully,
Sometimes.
unless it's an emergency, or it's the weekend.
Or it's like,
Weekend's up in the air. I don't know. You could go to bed at
it's
8.
one-
You could go to bed at 3 in the morning.
if it's 1 a.m. on a Saturday, I'll send you an Instagram story.
Yeah, bro. I'm bored. I'm flipping through it. I might send you something that I enjoyed.
Do you just flip through Instagram stories?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't do that.
Yeah, I also don't go on TikTok, though.
That's true. I'm trying to not TikTok as much.
No, you're not.
It's mostly because I saw a TikTok that was like high dopamine things, and like high dopamine things like give you momentary pleasure, and you have to get a lot of them all the time.
Yeah.
And low dopamine things, I'm like, oh. Of course, like social media was like number 1 on the list. I was like, I gotta start reading, watching long form TV shows. So I started Lovecraft Country and a new book.
Which episode are you on?
2. Yeah.
I stopped at 2.
Oh,
It was too dense for me, dude.
Oh, I loved the first episode. It was
Yeah, I enjoyed
awesome.
it, but then like I tried keeping up on that second episode. I got about 20 minutes in, and I was like, I'm.
Do you know anything about Lovecraft Country?
And plus, you know, I don't do spooky shit, so
It's a little spooky. Yeah.
don't do spooky shit. It's a wild storyline. It's a
Like
What's it on?
it's on
on
HBO. It's basically a guy in the 50s. Is his name H.P. Lovecraft? Like his last name is Lovecraft, right?
the author is his name is H.P. Lovecraft.
Well, yeah.
and he's
I couldn't really tell like what his, but the main guy is.
he's an attractive dude.
Oh yeah,
Real
the guy who played Kang. King the Conqueror in Loki. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah, Jonathan
Same-
Majors. Yeah,
Same guy. Huh?
yeah. But he
I can't wait to see him more.
he basically goes on a road trip with his uncle and this other girl, and on the way, of course, like it's in the 50s and they're black, and they're driving along and they hit like sundown towns and stuff like that, and you know racism is wild.
Super cool.
But when they hit a sundown town, I'm not going to spoil it, but there might be monsters that come out in this sundown town. That might be why it has to be a sundown town. So monsters are.
So you don't know any of the folklore of H.P. Lovecraft's?
Yeah, I mean H.P. Lovecraft he created things like Cthulhu, these like horrible vampires.
Yeah. Like he's
created an entire like a big science fiction like creator. And
he's
his monsters
credited for not Scientology, but one of those religions.
Scientology.
I said not Scientology. Listen to what I said.
Oh, like Zoroastrianism. Is it Zoroastrianism?
Crazy. Just look up H.P. Lovecraft and just kind of do a quick synopsis of what he did and who he is.
No, wait, not Zoroastrianism. That's a different.
HP or HB?
HB. P. All I really know is like about Cthulhu and the never-ending void.
Giant spaghetti monster in the sky.
Howard Phillips Lovecraft was an American writer of weird science, fantasy, and horror fiction. Lovecraft is best known for his creation of Cthulhu mythos. Born in Providence, Rhode Island, Lovecraft spent most of his life in New England.
Yeah.
There's something my boy Vince was telling me about it because he showed me the first episode, and he broke down like what Lovecraft did. He's a crazy dude.
Yeah, that's the H.P. Lovecraft. But yeah, I'm trying to make my way through that show and not be on TikTok and just scrolling through nonstop.
Yeah, I've gotten better. Instead of opening TikTok first, I open Instagram.
Is that better?
Not much better, bud.
It's still.
Well, I follow a bunch of sports things, so I'm watching like sports uploads and like stuff about athletes and stuff rather than just random
content.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, because the TikTok thing is like once you realize like what it is, it's like this is just a addictive stream of nothing. like gotta not do that.
It's to rule the mind. That's what it is.
What were those hands?
They're like going on. There's some like I've learned quite a bit of stuff off of it.
There's definitely
Yeah, for sure. You can learn things or two, but I mean, China created it, and now China doesn't let people on it for more than 3 hours a day. And then if you're scrolling too much, they like have a buffer. It's like, hey, you're good.
It's very humbling whenever you get to that like, hey, you should probably take a breath, like take a breather. It's like
So I got to the point where I noticed like the top of the room that they're in, like as I'm scrolling. It's like as I'm scrolling up, I see the top part and I just double scroll.
No, there was the guy who, for a while who was like, hold up, you've been scrolling for them. It's like, nope. Don't need to know that. Especially when it's like late at night and you're like, if you start scrolling around like 7 o'clock and then you go to like 11 and it's like,
Jesus Christ,
like
4 hours. You're a trash person.
I don't do that
About
much.
that.
I'll sit in
I
bed.
have done that much before.
Yeah, I'll get in bed and I'll go for like maybe 30, 40 minutes just until I feel tired.
It might not be that long, but like.
Either way, it's not good. Anyways, talking about sports, Steph Curry broke the record for most three-pointer.
I saw that.
Oh, he did?
Shot.
Was that
Look up the number so I don't misquote it.
was that last night?
Last night. It was at the next game. Like, it's crazy. Like, super emotional. Like, Ray Allen, the guy who had it before, was there. And, like, after the game, they, like, hugged. And it was, like, super.
I thought like when he shot the shot that broke it, they like paused the game
Probably.
and like celebrated it. That's
They
what
might
I
have.
saw.
Probably.
Because he like did it like huge thanks to I think it was Madison Square Garden for like letting him have that moment.
I wonder if, to a certain extent, you kind of like play like less defense at that moment. You're just like, just let him, just let him have this moment.
What the hell?
Come on, son.
It's one of my favorite.
Damn ad blockers.
You seen that interview of I forget the player's name, but he's talking about him playing with Kobe.
Steph Curry just broke Ray Allen's NBA point record. Refresh. Here's how he got.
It's 2,974.
2,974.
Yeah. Okay. 2,974 3 points.
And he's easily going to break 3,000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's so, and that's what I kind of want to talk about for a second. Is like,
another thing, I don't mean to cut you
Because
off,
Steph
but
is only like 26 or 27, right?
what the hell?
No.
He's like 34, bro.
He's
a stat I
34?
saw.
He's been in the league since 2011.
Oh, duh.
12. I don't know.
A stat I saw. I don't know if it's like made but it's like the most consecutive 3-shot points made. And number 1 is Steph Curry at like 154, and number 2, I don't know his name, but he has 40.
That's what I want to talk about. It's just like the greatness of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. He doesn't get swept under the rug because
No.
like Braun, but just like
He does not get put in the the category.
He's
of
not
like
talked
goats
about in
all
the
time.
GOAT category.
Yeah.
Enough, but he straight up changed.
Because he isn't a crazy defensive player. No one's like.
No, he is though. Like he changed.
From what I've seen, he's an amazing player. I'm not
what
into
being a
basketball,
point,
but
he changed what being a point guard meant. Like he changed what your
Yeah.
role as that position is supposed to be, and like how to be effective in it.
Yeah.
Because he's just as effective in the paint as somebody like Braun, but Braun is 6'10", 6'9".
Yeah.
So like he could body some people up, and
Right.
he can get to the basket, but Curry's only 6'3", maybe 200, 190. Like it's pretty small dude, and like all his talent is in his handles.
Yeah.
And all of his handles are like flick of the wrist, like
Yeah.
real small motion. He's not like an over eccentric player, nothing like Jason Kidd or White Chocolate from back in the day, where he's like doing like crazy fake plays. He's just
Right.
like skirt, double step back 3,
Yeah.
splish splash.
Nothing too say like difficult.
less
Like-
is more.
Well, yeah.
But and then because of that, the game that he set up for himself, he's got another 5-6 years in him. Like, and he's he just beat Ray Allen's score. So like I don't that percentage of success is so crazy. Like
Yeah.
think about what that means. You are the best shooter in all of the NBA.
Yeah.
What?
As far as like things that people strive for, like as a basketball player, like that's kind of
Best
You're the best
shooter. The best.
Like people spend hours on doing like not hours. It's been years.
Yeah.
On the thing that you are the best at.
Yeah.
Like definitively the best at.
You just spent more time.
He just.
No, I don't even know if he spent more time. I think he's just that good.
From what I heard, he'll sit there for 2 hours in the same spot, making the same 3-shot.
Yeah.
Make it every time, but he still sit there do it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he just. I saw this really weird, and I don't know how accurate it was, but I enjoyed the graphic.
Yeah.
But like it went through every year of like where he shot. Like it was just like points on the 3-point, like lights on the 3-point line.
That'd be cool. Like a little.
It was a really cool visual, and it was just like
It's like a heat map of.
it was like 2012, 2013, like more lights up, and then they're going in from like, and it's the entire perimeter of the line. I'm just like, man. And then just the ridiculousness of him just going further back for no reason, just taking casual
'cause
half court shots, just
As he's gotten more,
Whatever.
like renowned, he's just been like, I can make this
yeah,
farther.
just
Like
going in, just, or the no look threes, so disrespectful, so
But when you sit there and make that shot for 2 hours at a time, You can just sit there.
Yeah, no, for
Right.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
But just like I think it was from the All-Star game is when he like really overdid it. Like he shot it, then like jumped around. He's like, that made it in, right? And then he ran back down the court. I'm like, that's.
I saw a video of someone. It was this guy be like, how you have to guard Steph Curry right now, and all it starts with. It's his alarm going off. Steph Curry wakes up. The guy gets in front of him
Hey, whoa.
immediately. Like,
So-
I've been guiding him since he woke up this morning, Coach. I can't beat him.
I don't know what else to do. No, I saw another thing of like me telling my kid how good Steph Curry was when I was growing up, and just shows pictures of like 1-on-4s, 1-on-5s, 1-on-3s, just like every team just like Curry had the ball. Everybody stop him. Damn it, he made it.
How did he get past everyone?
Just it's so
There's a certain amount of like. I feel like some people they just have a feel. It sounds weird, like how they have a feel for basketball.
yeah.
Like they just know, like exactly where to be.
That
He-
basketball like
He feels like one of those players that he just knows what to do in that moment. Like I don't know if he's like practiced. Like I don't know if he's practiced. He has practiced like all those moves and stuff.
But like what is that extra level of practice that allows like that idea of basketball IQ I talk about all the time when we watch fights, the fight
Right.
IQ of, and there it just comes down to like some innate ability in the sport.
Because see, that's where I feel like that's what I think talent is. When someone just like innately knows how to do something, it's like, you can practice it all day long, but if you just know like, hey, I need to be here for this free throw, and or this 3-pointer or whatever. I need to be here. I'm not gonna make it if I'm not here.
Yeah. Or just like, and the older I've gotten, like the difficulty of being a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's
I got into football this year, and I'm like all into the like, even because I've seen things on like the Cowboys and like the offensive coordinator things. I've seen videos on like how he designs the plays to like get this dude open at this exact time in this spot.
Yeah.
Because this dude will run this route, which this defender will follow him, while he's following him. This defender will have his back turned to this one as he's making this cut. It's crazy.
I saw there was a video, so someone like describing like different plays and like talking like in football, it's like this is some of the most complicated. Like I was watching ESPN the other day, and it was a betting show, just numbers on the screen. Like I was like, how is anyone keeping up with this? Like if you're on a field and you have 11 guys like shooting at you, you have to know like that's a whole nother level of like.
Yeah.
Yep, I know exactly. Oh yeah, he's right there. Like
And like a different part of the wide receiver IQ is like you're 15 yards away and you like realize the play has gone to shit and you still have like do your job to try to make the play
right.
function again.
Yeah.
Because the thing too, you also have to like the receivers have to remember the route because they practice that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Most of the time, a quarterback can't actually see the receiver. They're
Yeah,
trusting that the play is going to
Yeah.
work.
They
Putting it on that spot
like, hey,
where we said that we were going to put it on.
Gronk's gonna be right there, so I'm gonna just
Throw it that way. Gronk catch. Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not an interception.
Yeah, hopefully it's not an interception. That's more things like that. I don't understand. I'm having this existential crisis. I'm not going to get too much into it, but about being a musician.
yeah.
But like, shit. How did I just lose this thought?
You talk about the existential crisis of like
This thought of
some of the IQ thing. Or
yeah, just like
Yeah.
innate ability.
Yeah.
My innate ability is to learn things. And I don't know how you make a career off that.
You do not. Well, I don't know.
Well, with that, you just have to find what you like.
Well, yeah, of course. But just like, this is the existential crisis of it's just like, you know, getting to be with Duran and playing with him again. I was just like, damn, like he's like he gets saxophone. Like that's he wakes up and he's like,
Yeah.
saxophone. Let's get after it. Like,
Yeah.
That's, and I don't have that, but like but everything I've done, I've learned how to do. Like I've never been
Right.
unsuccessful at something. I've just never been great at anything.
I see.
Yeah. I'm
That's
kinda in the same
I
boat
mean,
right
that's good. That's interesting. Because then you because that idea of like an IQ, like
Yeah. Like I don't know like where's my IQ? Like Duran's IQ is in band. His IQ is in saxophone. Like, Curry's in basketball.
Yeah.
We were watching the fights this weekend. Like Sean O'Malley, fight IQ is stupid good.
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira, fight IQ, stupid good.
I think it's just whatever comes like easiest to you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like nothing, everything comes
Eventually.
the same like level of easy.
Yeah.
Like it's always been like,
But it's getting that one thing to reach above
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
like I get to average on everything, and that's what I'm saying. That's where my talent's at.
Right.
It's like I learned how to replace an alternator.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the alternator was.
But now you can.
But now I can. Like I know where to find it in the engine.
Yeah.
I would say 7 out of 10 cars. I could replace an alternator on
But that's like the that's
after
like,
just doing it once.
that's like the Renaissance man thing.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, because I think the Renaissance man maybe doesn't have like an innate ability to like get something.
Yeah.
But I
How
think
do I
that-
be successful?
Um,
is like the backside of that. Like growing up,
you just do a bunch of things.
growing up, that was a really cool idea. I was like, I liked the idea of being good at everything,
Yeah.
and then I didn't grasp the concept of because like I've never been like crazy into practicing
Yeah.
anything. Like
Yeah.
I've never like, you know, the Mamba mentality of like Kobe showing up at 4 a.m. to shoot for 2 hours before practice.
Yeah, that discipline for me, it's the discipline thing. Like doing that, I can do that. I can go practice for 2 hours, but I'm not going to do that every day. Like I'm going to do that like.
But I don't, and
once
then
a
like
month.
I don't think I have an issue with discipline either.
Yeah.
Like
Well, no, yeah, because you do the same good stuff like every day.
every day, like I'm capable of, I'm capable of all the separate components, but for whatever reason,
Yeah.
it and again I was kind of talking to Norm about this, and he brought up it's like, you know, sometimes like people don't figure it out till they're 50, and I'm just like, that is terrifying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat because I'm kind of the same thing. Like with like band and swimming. Like in middle school, like 6th grade, I would take my saxophone home every day and practice. And as I got like more into high school and like life just kind of got around, I didn't really practice as much. Like I still practiced when I could, and when I try to practice as much as I could.
Yeah.
And then like with swimming, I mean with that it's a pool, so I have to have access to a 25-yard pool.
right.
So I couldn't really go out of my way and just practice on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, like, I've always been. This is kind of the sad. Like I've always been like an essential, like, thing. Like, hey, you need to play this for this gig. Like, all right, cool. I'll practice for that. Or if like I have a lesson on something, like there were times at college where I didn't learn the repertoire until like a day or two before I needed to. It's like, yeah, like it's never been. So like, there's sometimes where I feel like I have like that innate ability to like, but that always comes up. Like I said for like the speech thing, like I don't really prepare for stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at like, you know, hey, like you need to write this speech like a year from now. I'll wait till the day. Like I'll wait till the day. Like there's no But that does create a lot of that's like the opposite of the Mamba mentality. It's
Yeah.
like, I have to win. Like, I don't have to win. I'm going to. Like, but I don't have to. Like,
And then there's just the part of me feels like bad because I'm realizing this, and like I kind of hype my life up to be like on that
right.
that mama mentality type of things, and now I'm just like,
But what are you even working at?
wait, what is it? Yeah, what am I work like?
Yeah, I get that
What am I getting after?
because I don't. I kind of feel that sometimes too, where I'm like, because I was thinking, this kind of brings me to a same topic, but like, I was thinking the other day of like, what are my like big goals in life, and how am I working towards those right now? I don't really think, besides like the one band director part of it,
Yeah.
I don't really think I'm working towards my big goals. Like
Do you mind me asking what your big goals are?
So there's 5 of them.
I don't have 5 goals.
Family. Well, some of them are kind of like more conceptual, but like family jam band. I had a dream when I was in high school about jamming with my not with my family, but like I had a family. And and we jammed and stuff like that. I had a dream about that.
That's
so
cool.
family jam band. My daughter's gonna play piano. My son's gonna play either clarinet or guitar. I'll play bass,
But not being specific, over here, nothing like that.
no drummers, no yeah, no drummers, no
that's
brass. He might play drums. I don't know. We'll see. It's whatever. Because that all depends on 5th grade and whatever. But yeah. So family jam band. I have 2 show ideas that I want to write. 10 episodes each, mini series. I don't want to do any more than that. Make a couple million, be fun.
Cool, for a couple million.
Just sell those scripts and be like, yep, made those 2 shows. They were hits and cool. I do want to score those shows. Score, maybe conduct them. I want to have a really good band program that can do all things like fairly well, like everything fairly well. And then I also want to take whatever we do with that band program and make that into a book of like, this is what my band program does. This is how we are successful. And after that, I feel complete. But yeah, like I was like, am I working towards all those goals right now? I've written 2 episodes of the show. Family jam band. I don't have a family.
Not married yet. It sounds.
I'm working on
Backburn.
I'm working on the band director thing.
Yeah.
The writing of the shows aren't done. I can't
Can't write the scores.
can't write the scores. And then I don't have the successful band program, so I can't make the book. Well, I've kind of started with like my fundamentals and stuff like that. So some of the things I'm like working towards, but I'm wondering if they're gonna be done by 50, or am I gonna even like doing those things at 50, or like that's the hard part about the discipline thing to me.
Age has become very fleeting to me lately.
Yeah. Especially the older we get, the more age becomes like, oh yeah, we're gonna die.
Well, no. I don't mean that. I've always been like, but no, I always thought the timeline was shorter. Like, I thought 70 wasn't 70. Like, for whatever reason, like.
No, I get what you mean, because I turned 18 and I was like freaking out because I felt like I had no time to do anything.
Yeah.
But I still kind of am like that. Like, but at the same time, in the back of my, it's like, sorry. Like, I know I'm 18.
Yeah.
And I know I have however many years, whatever. But in the back of my mind, it's like, no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
like,
it could be.
The idea of like, I remember the money episode, we were talking about like, 30 years from now, like being like 30 years from now feels like, 2051.
Yeah, that feels fake. Like that feels fake. But then like as I live life, like I'm like 10 years, like I'm about to be 29.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's like, that's 5, like
that's not that long.
Imagine like, well, no, not 5 groups of high schoolers. 8 groups of high schoolers going through high school.
Do not like that.
Yeah, that's like less than 8. Yeah, 7.5 groups of
Yeah.
high schoolers going through high school before you're.
Like it just feels,
Well, you know what's weird?
after going through it, it feels like it's been forever. But looking towards it, it feels like there's no time.
It's weird. So, like 4 years of high school, I did 4 years of college, now 4 years of band directing. I'm like, oh, this is just, you just keep doing like,
Weird
these like
4-year cycle.
4 year
Yeah.
cycles, and like being a senior now is like, oh, like,
Are you getting a little antsy?
what do you mean?
Like,
What like what's next?
do you feel like that's adding to you? Because we've talked about this briefly. Where
Yeah.
it's like, is it time to go move forward? And like, do you think the fact that you've done 4 years for the past 8 years?
Well, I'm getting antsy because of the whole goals thing.
It's a mix of things, but like,
Yeah.
But the reason why I say that is that I remember when I got to my 4th year in San Marcos, I started feeling this weird anxiety
Yeah.
and I couldn't. It took me a while to figure it out. I was like, oh, I'm not used to living anywhere longer than 4 years.
Right. Yeah.
My body's ready to go somewhere else.
Same here. The only place I lived for 4 years was Denton. No, Allen. I lived in Allen for 4 years. Well, at least I went to the same like school for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting this like. But yeah, like kind of back to the thing we were talking about with the whole like, Mamba mentality and like working towards something and just having like an innate like I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like Kobe was like, I have to win. Like I'm like that's I don't feel anything. I don't feel any emotion towards something like that I like right now like have to work on, which sucks.
Yeah.
Like it sucks. And before it like really depressed me when I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just kind of like living my life. Like I'm not.
I was thinking about like who in the world would I actually like want to be like who
Oh God.
like who is where they're at where I would be like
Content.
that's what I would be happy with.
Yeah.
And like honestly, Charlemagne the God.
Why?
I don't know. It's
Because I hate him.
really
Yeah, it's his arrogance. I don't like it.
okay. You haven't listened to him in the past 5 years.
Has he changed?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like I don't mean that in demeaning way. Like he was an aggressive dude.
Yeah.
But then he wrote his books on anxiety.
Okay.
Basically, and like he is now like the face of Black mental health.
Yeah, because before I was like, this guy is the worst.
No, yeah, he was, and he acknowledges it.
She called him so Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe, and it's part of like that childhood thing of growing up, and I didn't realize that
Is everything still recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just checked.
things were like an option.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my entire childhood, everybody told me I had the voice for radio
Yeah.
and that I should do radio. But I was like, that's not a real, like in my head, I couldn't synthesize
Like how you get there.
like that was a job because, my mom cut hair. My dad was in the military. I was like, those are jobs.
Yeah.
My uncle works in a mechanic shop.
Yeah.
I was literally just thinking about that today. I was like, going back together saying, there's somebody just sitting at a computer right now just doing like accounting.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's what my mom does.
Yeah, I don't know.
My mom just accounts every day. I'm just like, what even is that?
like and I always joke about like things don't make sense to me, like, but yeah, accounting, like what I don't understand people's 9-to-5s because I don't have a 9-to-5.
Well, yeah, the 9 to 5 construct has always been people talk about how like, oh yeah, like part of work is like fake work where they don't even like they're not even working.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what are
what do
you
you mean by
doing? You're just like,
It's either I'm teaching, I'm getting ready to teach, I just got done teaching, or I get to sit down for a second.
right. Like literally,
there's-
like during like the period when you were Willow teaching, I'm just sitting there just like I try to like work, but I'm also just like, just, like
Well,
Catch a goddamn break
it's
real
like
quick.
my coworker, the same one that gave me that camera. He actually went to A&M for business marketing, and he was a manager at Buc-ee's, and he said that like the way that everything is laid out there, like to the T, is meant like that for a reason.
Yeah.
He says there are heat maps in Buc-ee's of where people spend the most time.
right, yeah,
And so they like display things or whatever, like based on. I'm like, that's a job. Like that sounds like a lot of fun. Like that sounds like almost like a game. Of,
Yeah.
like, if I put this here, will that get traction? If I put this here, will that sell?
The
Like,
world of marketing is
Yeah.
bonkers.
well, yeah,
Just it's a little gross, but it's also super dope because as a somebody
It's
in
all like a
marketing,
mind game for
You're
people.
you have a degree in psychology
yeah.
as well.
I can imagine giving a whole like presentation on this this logo I made. Like imagine like the new Meta logo.
Yeah.
Like imagine someone presenting that logo to
Someone
the company.
spent 2 weeks
Weeks. I think months.
coming up with the presentation.
Oh.
but yeah, spent before that months of like the name,
Because
the logo.
I'm pretty
the
sure it
color
wasn't
scheme.
just like a casual, just like, what should we call it? We call it Meta? Yeah, that's fine. Like that wasn't it. Like
like how does
Yeah.
and that's and all that to be said, like
it's focus grouped and all that stuff. Like, could you imagine running a focus group? That sounds
it's weird. That's
insane.
somebody's, but that's
to
somebody's
me.
job. Is like, how do you feel about for real? Dog,
you just don't
Jesus
kick it.
Christ, Amateur hours.
Just don't kick it.
Like somebody's job is for real. Like, all right, so you saw product 1 and product 2.
Which one did you like more?
Which one did you like more? Why did you like it more? Was it because of the product itself, or the way that the
God,
commercial
that'd be
like,
hilarious. That'd be such a funny
It's
job.
the whole thing too of like, when people place like two vending machines next to each other, it's like normally like a Coke machine and it's like a Pepsi machine, and so like instead of like if it was just the Coke machine, it's like, oh, do I want a soda or not? But when it's Coke and Pepsi, it's do I want a Coke or do I want a Pepsi?
Yeah.
So it increases profits for both.
It's
All that to be said, I was thinking about the people
yeah,
that I've seen in Move and Shake in life, and I'm like,
yeah,
homie gets to like crazy family time. You know, he wakes up at I think 4 or 5, goes and does Breakfast Club until 11.
because he's like a radio host.
Yeah, he's a
right?
radio host.
Yeah,
like,
that's like
he's a radio personality.
Yeah.
Like, he's his show, The Breakfast Club.
yeah,
You know, one of the most successful.
yeah,
I don't. This isn't what it's called, but like FM radio shows.
yeah. Talk radio. Yeah.
Talk radio. And his outlet is hip hop.
Yeah,
So he's talking to all people, black culture, hip hop,
yeah,
and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, no, okay. Like that's
yeah.
straight up the alley of things I like to talk about.
Like if you had like a quote like dream job is be like
Like I told you I want to be a college professor, teach
Yeah.
marching band, salsa band, and the history of hip hop.
yeah,
Like, hell yeah.
yeah.
That sounds dope. And then like the fact that he wrote 2-3 books. Like, I want to write a book. That'd be cool as hell.
The whole writing books things, even though I want to like write a book, for celebrities always throws me off because I'm like, are you writing a book? Someone else writing a book like for you? Because I feel like some of it's like, you didn't write that book. But yeah, like that's yeah. I don't know who I would want to be. I don't, because I feel like the job I want. You know who I do want to be? He's dead now. But J.D. Salinger, he wrote The Grapes of Wrath, and that's it. He wrote he wrote one book. It was one of the greatest books of all time,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like he has a whole estate and all that stuff now, all because he wrote one book. Like that's like my whole like MO is like I want to write one good thing, like the whole like TV show, like band binder thing. That's what the band book is called, The Binder.
It's good.
Yeah, but like that's but that like I want to write one of those things that's like, oh yeah, this is one of like the greatest books of all time. Great, all right. Or he wrote like one TV show.
Onward, yeah.
Like that sounds dope to me. That's why I always wait. That's why and maybe that's why I don't have the Mama mentality or whatever. Is because I'm like, it's not there yet. As soon as I'm ready to write it, I'll write it. But it's not there yet. I don't know. Those are big existential questions for.
Yeah, dude, just really big. I've been riding this existential wave for the past couple weeks. It's stressing me out.
There's another thing too, like with Steph, of like, was he just naturally just like picked up a basketball, was like, yep, this is what I'm gonna do, or did he force himself to be like,
right,
this is what I'm.
I find that
this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And that's the back and forth because one of the all-time favorites is Goggins, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna do this. My body said nah. I said, shut the hell up. Put some duct tape around my shins, and I'm gonna keep running.
But he at least had like an inclination to like do that.
But he didn't. He was a fat piece of shit.
Right? Yeah, he was like 300 pounds before. Yeah,
like he was 300 pounds, and he had to lose all that weight, so that way he could just get admitted into the SEAL program.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason why he did that was because he liked what's the Charlie Sheen military movie?
Jag? No,
that's the TV show, fool.
Is Jag a show?
Yes.
Is MASH a show?
Both of them are shows.
Oh.
Can you look that up?
Stripes?
That's another show, goddamn.
No, it's not. That's a movie.
No, you're right. Charlie Sheen military movie.
Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, that one. No, what?
Platoon.
Thank you.
Platoon.
Platoon.
Is this a cadence?
Like he loved the movie Platoon.
Yeah.
And then like I think a recruiter pulled up to his school.
They just
that was like that's it.
I mean.
And then like he tried doing I think it was Air Force first.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it I think he got injured, and he's just like, I guess I'm not meant for this.
Yeah.
That's when he became an exterminator, got mad fat. Life was garbage. And then he just like decided like, all right, I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL now.
Yeah.
And like,
see, like that
is that I don't mean to cut you off, but is that, was he always supposed to end up there, or did he force the hand to be there?
It makes me wonder because, like, people talk about all the time how when they were in sixth grade, they felt this, I felt this passion for this instrument, and I was so like, I was forced to play the saxophone. Like, I didn't want to do that. like, and some people they just have this like
band was cool.
They just have this like need to band. Band wasn't even cool to me. My dad like was a percussionist and made me play saxophone.
I was gonna do band and orchestra.
Like I was gonna do art. Like I did not want to do.
Like, I got a 10+ rating when I tried out for the Fritz horn. I was like, cool, I think I'll do that. And then I went over to saxophone. I don't remember who was doing it, but he was like, oh, you play bass. If you played saxophone and bass, you could get a lot of gigs because it's hard to find people who do both of those. I was like, cool, I'll try and do that.
Yeah.
And then
all right.
Like it's kind of hilarious how like accidents like most people got to try out instruments. The band director just saw my grades and he was like, oh, you're pretty smart. All right, you get to play saxophone. He just threw me on it, like didn't even try me out on it. He was like, yeah, you get to, the saxophone class is pretty full, but you could try it out.
You'll figure it out.
And,
this was this weird thing. I've had this thought previously, but hearing Norm say it, he said that he's only made like 3 choices in his life.
Oh God, I hate that. I hate that so much.
And he was like, the only choice he's ever made I think I don't even know if he said 3, because he said the only choice he ever made was senior year of high school. His private lesson instructor said that these are the 3 schools
Pick
that
one.
have good jazz programs.
Pick one.
Pick one.
So he chose Texas.
So he chose UNT, yeah. And so he went to UNT, and like everything after that has been based off of that singular choice.
Yeah, like I didn't even know. This is how stupid I was. I knew UNT was a school. I did not know it was like a big music school. Like,
dude, I couldn't tell you what college was, bro.
Like, the thing is that I was gonna be pre-med until like October of senior year. Like I was full on. I was like, yeah, I'm applying to be pre-med or pre-law. I was like, let's just go do that. I would have hated my life, and
It's been god awful.
or I would have liked it a whole lot more because I'd be making way more money.
So much more money.
Or actually, I wouldn't be making any money right now. I'd still be in school.
Yeah, you'd still be in school.
You'd just be finishing up.
Nope.
If I was pre-med, no.
Me, his
Oh,
brother
so
is
nothing
your
pretty
age, and
long.
he's still in school. And he's going to be a doctor.
But
Well,
then
he's still in the transition. He's like the student doctor thing.
He's like-
he's not on his own yet, but it's still.
he's a fellow, and then he's in a fellowship, and then you have to be in the attending, and then you.
Yeah.
But then 10 years from then, you're 40 and you're making 7 figures. So, because of inflation. But yeah, like it's weird the small choices you make, or they might lead you somewhere good, but if you don't inherently feel those things, like I have to. When people talk about like, oh, I have to go to this school, when like Kelsey's like, I had to go to A&M, and so I'm like, I've never had to do anything.
I've ever felt those crazy dense emotions.
Yeah, I've never been like, I have to do this. Like, nah. But when I did drum corps auditions, it was like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it was like I did the audition. I was like, it'd be really cool if I did this. I didn't get in. Damn.
Some people like, I auditioned for a drum major every time, and some people like picked up a brass instrument, and they were like, I'm gonna go ahead and learn this brass instrument, practice really hard, and make my way up at the corps. I was like, nah, I'm just going to the camp, see what
Go
happens.
straight to hands, see what's up.
It is one thing, because you're talking about military. I was like, I know if I go to the military, it's going to be bad for me, because from what I know from previous, I'm very leadership thing, and I would be trying to climb that leader pole all the way up.
See, yeah, that's the military thing. With I would accidentally want to be like, like you're doing this wrong. I'm going to go ahead and move up the ranks just for just for
It's either I'm going to do
funsies.
that, or I'm going to be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That was really loud.
Do you think these big questions are like even worth asking sometimes?
No.
Sometimes I'm like, I get to the point where, because I've talked about this book on the podcast before. It's called the Tao Poo.
Yeah.
And it's a big book just about it's a very tiny book actually, just about like, just live your life. You don't need to force all this.
Just
Like,
enjoy what you're doing.
you just need to force all these questions on yourself, and
But like, this is the existential crisis I'm having.
it's a cycle. Yeah.
Like, enjoy what you're doing, but I'm like, am I enjoying? Is this like the peak of my enjoyment? Would I be enjoying myself more if I was elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, if I was elsewhere, what would I be doing? Oh my God, am I good at anything? Can I do anything else? What the hell is going on?
I'm gonna tell you what was weird was I started following a girl on TikTok. She's a sound editor for movies, and like she was like, yeah, you get to work at home, and you get to just edit sound on movies. You get to just, I was like, you get to do what?
Badass.
That sounds like my kind of gig. It's like, wait a minute. She was like, you gotta go to school for it. I was like, wait a minute. Is this video for like 18-year-olds that are choosing a career right now?
Damn it.
I am 25,
A
and
couple years late.
I cannot just go do that right now.
I mean, you could.
Not financially.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, sort of.
You ain't got loans.
I don't possess the unnecessary shoot 'em up. Like, I don't possess that.
Run it back, try again, YOLO, yeah.
Yeah, I don't possess that. Again, I don't have that kind of discipline to just be like, I'm gonna go do college again. I don't want to do college again.
Yeah.
College is hard enough.
College was
I don't want to go one more time. It's hard.
like my boy Stu. He's going back. Like he took. I'm trying to remember his timeline. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did some time at Texas State. Went into the military.
Come.
Military band. Tried the military band. Got to the top gigs, auditions. Didn't get it because he didn't have a degree. Circled back to finish his degree. Finished his degree. Decided he hated music. And now he's pre-law. Like, yeah.
Oh, man. That's so... Oh, man. I feel so... Especially because you work so hard to get to those things.
But he's got that type of work ethic.
Where he can just jump to pre-law. Like, he'll be a lawyer in the next
time to do it.
5 years.
Yeah, it's like, all right, this is what I'm doing now. Like, because I remember, like, that's how we became friends. Like, I mean, he was in the fraternity, but, like, I kind of, like, spent a lot of time with him because he was this kid, came from Cedar Park, was a trumpet player, picked up tuba his junior year, I think. Then became an all-state tuba player senior year. Jesus. Something like that, yeah. And then he would just shed in, like, he was the first not jazz person I heard use the term shed.
Yeah.
And he would just straight up sit in, he always had to go to the band hall. Yeah. Like he would wait to check out the band hall, and like that's where he would practice, and he'd sit there for 5 hours. Just playing tuba. And I was like, you just want to play tuba? He's like, hell yeah, brother. Just want to play tuba. Man. And then he did it. Like I said, he got the professional gig. He won, like, I think 2 auditions, but they didn't give it to him.
Dang. See, that kind of work I respect the hell out of that. That's so, it's so much bigger. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like, it's bigger than yourself to just be like, yep, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to work insanely hard at something that might not even pan out. Like, that's my thing, too, is that, like, I crave certainty. And when things are uncertain, I don't do them. So there's no, like, I don't like rolling the dice, and it's not roll the dice. Let's be 1,000% sure this is great.
I don't know. I'm this weird toss-up of rolling the dice, but it's like I roll the dice in a somewhat close course circumstance.
Yeah, like you're not betting big money on the. Like
oh yeah, I'll go to the table, but I'm not throwing $1,000 down just out the gate. It's like,
yeah,
here's 20.
Yeah, let's just.
All right, here's 50. All right.
We'll see what happens, but.
Here's 200. All right, lost that one. All right, my bad.
Because you can bet it all. You really can.
Yeah.
You can bet it all, and the problem with betting it all is I especially like living where we live now. I've seen a lot of people that bet it all that did bet it all, did not work out. I have kids that one kid in particular, he's leaving band now, but he was like telling me, you know, I want to be a professional football player. Does he work hard at all? Not at all. It's that I'll cut this part out. It's that kid that's outside of the Will's class period every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always shows up super late. Doesn't work hard at all.
Garbage kid. Yeah.
I sat with him one day. I was like, "Hey, dude," and it says the exact words. I was like, "You suck at working." I was like, "You're not very good at working. Like, how are you expecting to be a professional football player when the guys who are at the top of the high school now were band kids that worked insanely hard?"
Yeah.
Like, you just need to work. You better work harder. Otherwise, you're not gonna
figure it out, son.
not gonna do well.
Yeah.
Because even they might not even make it.
Only 7% of high school athletes move on to college, and then So even then, if you even maybe 2% go pro.
7%.
Mm-hmm.
It's so.
And that's all college.
Yeah.
So that includes D3.
Yeah.
You know how many players get recruited from D3? Like maybe one a year.
Yeah.
So, best case scenario, you become a 5-star recruit. You get to Bama, but oh wait,
Right.
you're the 4th quarterback at Bama. So do you take the gamble on yourself and go to, where's Art at?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Like, do you go to Georgia Tech, slightly small school, but you get that starting time, but then you're not on the greatest team, so you ain't got that A1 receiver to where you throw it up and he's going to catch it?
And see, at Bama, they might pass you through. Georgia Tech, they're probably not going to pass you through.
Yeah, like it's this weird, like the professional athlete thing is so bonkers, and like, it's a professional anything is bonkers, man. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, and like I'm like this is everything is ridiculous, and how do people do it? But then you think like people did it, so it's possible.
Yeah, everything's possible. The sad part is about they not wanting to roll the dice is that a lot of those things are just kind of rolls of the dice.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of like if you want to open a business or whatever, it's just like we'll just see. We'll just go ahead and start it, and we'll see how it goes. You have your you have your like hopes and dreams about it, but it's like, yeah, this is my falafel cart. Like,
yeah. The one thing that like I've latched on that Schultz has said is I only know how to bet on myself. Like that's I don't know, like he's like I'm not the type of guy like I don't know, I don't understand investing. I don't
yeah,
like I don't get real estate, nothing like that. I get that I know that I'm gonna do the work, so I can bet on myself to get whatever gig.
what does that mean? Like,
What do you mean?
like, cause I don't really know what betting on myself means.
Betting on myself is
You're confident
I'm giving
enough
the-
in yourself that you're gonna do what it takes to get it done.
I'm gonna do the falafel cart. Like that's betting on yourself.
I guess, yeah.
Like that's not I guess that's what you asked for.
Okay.
Like it's
Makes sense.
You're saying it's putting money on it that it's gonna happen.
it's me giving up the salary of
essentially.
teaching to open a food truck.
Yeah, like if you
That's
just took,
betting on myself. Like
you took whatever savings you have right now and we're like, all right, bought the truck.
yeah, it's like
We'll do
I'm
that.
gonna no matter what, I'm gonna get this to work.
Yeah. Sounds of testing.
And
Yeah.
like the people that it works for. But like there's a lot of people that it doesn't work for.
Yeah, then you wind up working at 7-Eleven. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the part that like freaks me out. Cause
But
like,
I don't mean to cut you off, but but it's also the memory thing. I know I'm not going to remember it if I don't say it.
yeah.
I think we're in an easier spot to bet on ourselves because we have, even if we fell off, we can still run it back as an educator.
Yeah. Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, you can still, because they will always, I'm not saying always be band director jobs, but they will pretty much be like, if
I
not,
can teach
if,
music somewhere.
if not band, like there's other, like, sadly you could teach, like, I can teach English. Like,
Yeah.
I won't like it, but there's curriculum. Like,
I can figure it out.
like I can stand in front of a group of kids and say, all right, read.
There's a book.
Yeah.
Do in a month.
Like you can do that. Yeah, but yeah, that's the. Yeah, there's that reasonable. I mean, and that happened to me whenever I was picking schools. Was I picked education to like appease my parents because they were like, music as a career.
Yeah.
And I was like, because the plan was music education degree, like bachelor's, master's in performance, doctorate in performance. I was going to be a professional saxophone player, like classical saxophone player. Wound up that I liked band directing because like things happen, but like yeah, the education part of it was just kind of like it's okay. It'll be fine. Like, and now it's kind of it still is that kind of fallback of like, if if I write a show, I move out to LA and like hand someone a script, or if I, heaven forbid, like if I like go do that show and then I have like a horrible director or something like that, and you're just like, hey, you're making my show like you're writing this horribly, like that. I did not mean for that angle to look like that. That looks awful because I like have an idea of what I want it to look like and stuff. Like, hey, you're making this crap. Could you not do that? Like, and it just turns out to be a horrible, like poorly acted show or whatever like that. It's like, well, all my dreams down the drain. At least I can go back teaching. Sadly. That'd be weird. How would you feel? Let's say, hypothetically, all your dreams fall apart. And then you have to come back to real life. You have to come back to Texas, and what do you tell people?
It didn't work out. I'm an aggressively honest person. Like, you know that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me about it. I was like, yeah, tried, sucked, didn't work.
It's like my nightmare.
It's also my nightmare. Don't get me wrong. That sentence doesn't roll off easy.
Yeah. God, I couldn't. Like, yep, tried for all of it. None of it worked. Like, I could. Oh man, it'd be so. Ugh. That'd be such a feeling. it's a heavy feeling.
Yeah.
That everything you did, but I guess some people don't have that. I mean, that's the mama mentality. Is like, it doesn't even that isn't even an option. Like, maybe that's the key. Is like just never think about that like worst case scenario.
Like, yeah.
That worst case scenario isn't gonna happen.
I need to talk to my boy Steven about it because he's not doing trombone. Like, I think he does trombone like maybe 10% of his day now. Vogel. Yeah. He got into distribution. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is bananas to me how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
People spend so long like working on an instrument.
But I will forever quote him on that. It's like being a performance major is waking up every day knowing that this might not work out.
Yeah.
God. And that's what's crazy. And like that's what's crazy. Like I shot him a text message like, dude, I really want to talk to you about like how you transitioned from being a musician into what you're doing now.
I mean, their whole like the U of H saxophone professor for years ago, like U of H, like great music school. The professor was like, "Yeah, I'll go do coding."
Yeah.
Like, like you can
but that's
just jump ship.
It's the same thing with Vogel. Is he did everything that he wanted to.
Yeah.
He had a 40-person studio. He was teaching at 2 colleges. He was like gigging across the country. Yeah. Then COVID hit, and he realized that gig market, the gig economy is
fragile.
It's fragile.
Yeah.
So he's got a wife now, and they got a house, and
that reminds me of them. I need to watch the movie Children of Men, because apparently it's like a really dystopian movie, but it's like the real dystopia, where everyone's still going to work. People are still going to work every day.
Yeah.
And just living, like, that's what it kind of feels like sometimes. And like in this life, it's like, oh yeah, this is like the end. Like, and we're just all still going to work and thinking that we get a gig this weekend. Like, maybe you don't. I don't know. This has been a sad but good episode.
Life's hard, bro. Life is hard.
Oh, man.
And it's like, we can end on this, but a lot of this actually stems from, because I'm coming up on the anniversary 4 days. So in 4 days, a year ago, was my bodybuilding show.
Yeah?
And
yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, last year during COVID, I don't know, it's because of the lack of time or not lack of time, the more time we had. It was like, oh yeah, you were doing a bodybuilding show during this time. When we had like when
we just hit peak week.
Right.
Like
That's crazy. That was a year ago. It does
was a year
not
ago.
feel like it
Yeah.
was that long ago.
Yeah.
I was working out at this point like an hour and a half at a time. I had to kill 2 gallons of water today.
Jeez.
But just like I did the bodybuilding show. I got on stage, super cool experience. But then just like looking around and seeing all these dudes that obviously put in more work than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I did to the best of my ability on my own
Yeah.
what I could do. And that only got me maybe 50% there. You tell me I got to put another 50%?
Well, yeah, you had to drop.
to be a professional body, and then like that kind of like
Do those guys like drop their job?
no, their jobs are like simple call center,
Okay.
something like that. Like it's like a
God, one of those jobs
working
sounds
at a gym.
beautiful but awful. You're just like you're at Planet Fitness, just beep beep.
Yeah, just like
You don't even do that. There's a scanner that just sits on the edge, and you just come up and whoop.
you just
You just have to sit in front of
Just,
desk.
just sit
have a
there.
good workout.
Yep.
Just tell.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
they'll
like,
go and
so-
change the trash out of the trash cans.
go sweep some things. Yeah, like that's what a lot of their jobs are. It's like kind of menial jobs, so that way they can focus on training and eating, because it's like
That's all you
I
do.
realized how exhausted I was trying to do like a full-time career as well as that.
Oh yeah.
But then like it made me realize like, oh, that's what it actually means.
Wait,
So like commit to something.
yeah.
Because I committed as much time as I could
Right.
to doing the show.
Yeah.
And that
And you ate all the meals and all
the meals,
Yeah.
I worked out as much as I could.
Yeah.
I didn't have a spotter. I was at a bum gym.
Yeah.
So like it was really stressful for me to like push up any other weight.
But you did all this stuff like purely on your own.
Yeah,
and
purely
that
on
was-
my own, and like it was really cool. Like I felt like
Yeah.
a lot of fulfillment, not gratitude.
Fulfillment, like contentment, like it's just
Yeah, like I was like proud of myself for doing it.
yeah.
But then I realized like the dude that got first place didn't get anything from this. He just got first place. Like maybe there's like a couple $100. That's it. And you
don't think
got
he-
to do.
You don't think you got any kind of like fulfillment out of that?
I mean, yeah, he got fulfillment out of it, but like if you want to do this professionally,
Yeah.
like okay, so you do this show, and then okay, you've
Well,
got
even
to
cri-
do a couple of these small circuits. I don't mean to cut you off. You got to do a couple of these small circuits to qualify for like the amateur circuit, and then you do the amateur circuit, and then that goes to if you do successful enough for those, you do a qualify for Mr. Olympia amateur.
See, that's like the building block stuff, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like as like a as a percussion director, like hey, you had your first like it was like our second year, you had like your first like judging gig, and it's like
Of course.
that builds into one thing, it builds into one thing, and
It goes it is that effect, but I'm
Yeah.
just like I'm thinking, and this is where I'm caught up on.
yeah,
Yeah, it was my second year of teaching, but I've been a musician since 5th grade.
right,
So it was 12 years before I got to that. And the idea of getting the small return after 12 years again
yeah.
is real stressful. Sorry, I cut you off.
Because another thing, like, I mean, it is more for the title, but like Mr. Olympia, you only get like $10,000 for getting first.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
They make money. They make money now.
They
it's,
do.
It's the first place gets. I don't know if it's $1 million, but it's like a couple $100K.
And like there's like sponsorships.
But
and
like
stuff
third
that.
place doesn't get any. Like third place gets like $50K.
Because I was watching like Chris Bumstead, and from what I saw, it's like nothing.
Because like, well, you have like sponsorships, but like that's like your,
Well, he doesn't have a sponsorship because he has his own brand and everything that he promotes.
Mr. Olympia.
He has his own like supplements, his own gear, like workout gear and everything.
That's such a weird like part of that whole thing.
400K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so first is 400, second is 150, third is 100, fourth is 45.
Imagine working your entire career.
You're exactly. You get fourth place. You are the fourth best looking human being in the world. You got 45K. Even worse, you're the fifth best looking human being in the world.
Like, imagine if, like, you know, like,
Bagel.
Like, hey, 5 years from now, you're gonna compete in Mr. Olympia. Like, like, imagine that. Like,
it's crazy, dude.
That's a. I don't even know, man. Like some of this stuff is just like so big. It's so big yet so small.
I haven't seen the girl that got me into the bodybuilding. Sorry.
Is there a Miss Olympia?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Miss America. God, that pageant thing is. I don't know how I feel about pageants.
We're an hour and a half in, by the way.
Yeah, no, I was about to say it's been a while.
Yeah.
But there's my existential crisis, boys. So have fun with that.
This was a big. We always have these episodes. They're like these big, like
I don't know how we got
just shooting big questions out in the world, and
we started out with Spider-Man and ended with, is it worth it?
We were talking about sports.
Yeah, I brought up Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry. And
shout out to the GOAT. I mean, he's got 3 rings.
Yeah.
4 rings? 3 rings.
3.
Yeah, he's up there, bro. And I don't feel like people talk about him enough, and it makes me angry.
And people talk about Chef, like
Chef Curry. That's such a dope name.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, though, I did see a crazy stat on Instagram. I mean, I don't think it was it was a D1 school. I don't remember what the schools were. They're kind of no names, but it was a women's basketball game, and the final score was 132 to 15.
It was disrespectful
for basketball.
I don't get what happens there. I don't get what. Like, how do you emotion?
It's a mental thing both ways, because you can.
Like, emotionally, what do you do? Like,
you could easily get up 30, like not 30 points, but you get up 20 points. You're like, all right, I'm coasting good. Like,
I mean, like,
and then you get it up to 30. And it's like, and then your team is riding the high, and then imagine you playing somebody and like you're down 30 points. Are you able to perform still?
I mean, we had the thing, like, for basketball, man, we had the chant, we have twice your score. Like, that was that was one of our big chants we would do. And, you know, usually it'd be like if they have 2 and we have 4. But, you know, but it did get to the point where there was like, you know, like, hey, like, we have 18, they have 18, we have 36. Like,
yeah.
You know, things start to expand. But
yeah, no, that statistic is bonkers.
when you like almost like not quintuple, tentuple, or like almost like multiply the score by 10, what are you doing at that point?
You beat them by 100 points.
Like more than 100 points.
Yeah,
like,
more than 100 points.
You're 117 points ahead. Like, what are you think? What are you thinking after like 100? Like, what are you even thinking?
What are you thinking after 50? Like.
After 50, I mean, you could still.
No.
You
ain't coming back from that.
I really want you to, like, digest, like, 50 points in basketball.
If you, like, threw in.
That's 25 shots.
Like, if the 3 of us got. If the 3 of us got 2 other guys and went to go play basketball against a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
We could make. I say we could make like 50 points. Like,
no, we couldn't.
No, we couldn't. 21.
12.
12. Yeah, defending and stuff is.
Chris ain't tall. I'm not tall. You're not moving that well.
Hey, I cover the paint. I own the
I'm
paint.
in there. Ain't nobody getting on me.
My big thing when we played rec basketball was I was too strong, because I would always, because I've always been good at shooting. I say I was good at like shooting like threes, and like I was really good, but like I would always get outside, fire it over like over the backboard, just like sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were playing football. My fault.
Yeah, it's just
My
sorry.
bad. I'll get it next time.
Or I'll go in for a layup like real smooth, and I'll come up and I'll just yeet it over. It's they're like, Evan, too strong, back it down. Like you moved in so smoothly, and now you're chucking it.
Yeah. Anyways,
I should go play basketball.
I don't want to play basketball.
I want to learn how to.
Let's go to the court.
But I'll play some basketball. I'm down. I'm always down to do some sports ball.
I got a ball.
Hell yeah.
There's a court by my house.
Bingo, bango. The podcast goes play basketball.
God, that sounds like a horrible episode.
Yeah, well.
This was not fun.
I had fun.
I hope
That was a good time.
we're gonna live rent free in a couple people's brains for the next couple of weeks, mine included. Anyways, appreciate you boys. Appreciate everybody rocking with us. Y'all be easy. Peace.